Record. Welcome, everybody. It is our virtual holiday class, not our virtual holiday music camp. Remember, I just gave you the big commercial for this, just so Robert knows. I already gave the long commercial so everybody can sign up. But this is your holiday music for level 3. And today we are doing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Next week, we've already voted to do Christmas Time is Here. Okay? And we'll continue each week just saying, I want to do this or I want to do this. I'm trying to do things that we have not done in at least the past year. I don't mind repeating some things. Um, but I would like to continue giving you some new stuff that you haven't gotten from me before because most of the stuff is already on Patreon. What do we know about Santa Claus is coming to town? And this is for Robert because he likes to learn all this stuff. He told me he listens to all this. In 1934, J. Fred Coots and Haven Gillespie first recorded or wrote this song and recorded it by Harry Resser and his band. You all remember them back in 1934, right? It became a hit when it was covered by Eddie Cantor on his radio show in November of 1934, and it became a huge hit less than 24 hours after it was out. It had already gone platinum. Something super amazing like that. Now, this song has been recorded by over 200 artists, including Bing Crosby and the Andrews Sisters, the Crystals, Neil Diamond, Tommy Dorsey, Fred Astaire, Bruce Springsteen, that's one of my favorite ones, the Four Seasons, Frank Sinatra, Chris Isaak, the Supremes, the Temptations, the Carpenters, Michael Bublé, Luis Miguel, the Jackson Five, and for those of you who did not know who Henry Resser was, he was the very first guy that recorded it. He was a world famous banjo player. So that should give you some ideas as to what kind of a background can I use for Santa Claus is Coming to Town. The chords on this, there's no changes. Oh, no changes for chords. And fingering, this is really an easy song as far as fingering. Of course, this is level 3. And what do we do in level 3? We try to make some easy arrangements using the rhythms that our instrument has. And there are some fabulous ones. Now, designing bells is what I plan to do. And yes, Robert, I'm going to ask you about this later this afternoon or tomorrow. I would like to do on the virtual holiday music camp. My feature is going to be designing bells, if that's okay with you. So we'll talk about that at the camp. Right now, I'm just going to be using things like presets. Why? Because that's the easiest thing, is to use your presets. There are several fabulous backgrounds, and I'm sure, because now that you've heard all the different people that have done this, you can use anything that's 4/4, and it's going to sound good. Even disco, David, I promise you. And I don't think, you know what, Dottie, I'm sorry, I don't think I put any Latin in here. Hillbilly is very good. Texas Toe Tapper is fabulous. I tried it on Texas Toe. I tried it on Country Swing. I tried it on Tap Soft Shoe. I tried it on Jazz Club. And by the way, I'm at 136 beats per minute for most of these. Jazz Shuffle, I actually went up to 140. And Basic Swing or the Hop at 136. So 136, 140, that's pretty good. And then my absolute favorite is Jingle Jangles. I love the Jingle Jangles. Now, what happens if you don't have any of those? Well, your country full band is going to be perfect. Your standard full band, your swing, is going to be perfect. So no worries. There's all kinds of stuff that you can use. And as far as sounds, you're going to find out that you can really use any sound for your Christmas music. Because if you're a country, if you're a Willie Nelson guy doing this, you're probably going to want to use a country guitar, and it's going to sound pretty darn good. But the number one sound, survey says, number one Christmas sound, bells. Bells. And so that's what I'm going to focus on the virtual holiday music camp, is how you can create bells using any instrument, and then how you can use that to put it into any rhythm or no rhythm. Of course, this one you're going to absolutely want to have a rhythm. So let's see, what should I start with?
Say, Dawn.
Yeah.
The song setup comes up with welk-orc/accord. Accord.
Whoa,
Yeah.
seriously? I didn't know it was in song setup. Of course, it might
is
be in yours and not in mine.
Well, maybe we should talk after class.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It is too. What does it come up? Oh, it comes up country swing.
Country swing. But what is welk-orc? Is that Lawrence Welk?
That's Lawrence Welk's orchestra. That's Lawrence Welk's orchestra. Which, if what they're doing is mixing and matching. If they brought you up to country swing, is that the rhythm it brought it up to you?
158.
158. That's a little fast. Yeah, little fast. I'm at 136. Of course, that's Bill Curry, and he likes to get hopped up on his caffeine. You know that. You've just seen him. But they took the sound from your Champagne Foxtrot, which is this. Whoops, just kicked it. That's your Champagne sound. And he transported that sound and mixed and matched it with country swing. Okay, how did he do that? Well, he's just a guru, so he can do that. But you can do that too. If you do not have your song set up, you can go to your Champagne, save just the sound of your Lawrence Welk Orchestra if that's what you like. You can use the Champagne background if that's what you like, or you can save the sound only to one of your presets. Memorize A1, no background, no transpose. Turn your memorize button off, then go to your country swing, and then push A1, and it will bring the sound of the Lawrence Welk Orchestra to your country swing, and then you can resave it all together. So for those of you who may not have things, or you want to mix and match, I want the sleigh bell sound from here, and I want to put it to a tap soft shoe over here. Highly feasible. Highly feasible. Yep. But let's just play one. I'm going to play my, whoops, I don't want to memorize it. No, I just want to play it. All right. Let's start off with basic swing at 136, and I am just using rhythm preset, and we're going to play at 136 beats per minute. We're in the key of C, super easy. I'm just, rhythm preset 0. Just nice and bouncy. Now I'm going to add an alter style. Alter style off. Okay, did you hear a difference between the regular and the alter style? It just gave a little kick to that background. So instead of doing this, which was nice and bouncy, the alter style did this. It gave you a walking boogie bass. Hear the difference? So when you got to the bridge part, which is the very last note of the first page, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. That's the bridge. It's the one part that's different. And then it goes back to G, G, E, F, G, G, and that's back to the beginning of the song. So that's when I just took my alter style off. Now, you could have also gone to the lower keyboard for a second verse. Not an issue. You can do that, or poke a different preset. That's going to be up to you as to what you like, but something nice and bouncy on here. Now, when Bruce Springsteen did this, and Mariah Carey also did this, they used a little different melody. And for those of you that want a little different melody, you might have to go to musicnotes.com and pull up either the Mariah Carey or the Bruce Springsteen and get a little different melody. It's not that different, but theirs would sound like this. Okay, and both of those used that melody, which also was actually originally written by John Coots and Haven Gillespie. That melody was also their melody, but it makes the song a whole little different thing. All right, so what other rhythms should I try? Jazz Shuffle gives it a whole different feel. Then when you get to the bridge at the bottom of the page, again, go to the alter style. See how it changes it up? And then you can play that part a little smoother. You can still use the same sound. But did you notice all of a sudden I started playing almost like side to side? Just play smoother. When you play the verse part, you better watch out. Jumpy jump, jump. It's real bouncy. But then when you get to the bridge, smooth out your playing, and you can stay on the same instrument, and it's going to just make it a little bit different, and it'll sound nice. Lower keyboard on that is an open. Oh, more brass on the Jazz Shuffle. I may have used, what did I use on that? Oh, I just used the Rhythm Preset 0. Vintage 0 on that one. Jazz Club works very well, very similar. Tap, soft shoe. Those of you that have tap, soft shoe, that's going to be perfect. Country swing, let's try this. And Texas toe tapper. Those are the ones that reminded me most of what the banjo player might actually do. So country swing sounded like this. With a fiddle player. That one would actually be, nope, that one's not going to be 0. That one's going to be, shoot, number 8. Vintage or normal number 8 on country swing, because I got you the honky-tonk piano and the fiddle on the bottom. But try some stuff. Do not be afraid to try some stuff. All right, now we're going to try some jingle jangles. 0, preset 0. And this is one of my favorite. Now, I'm not even using the sleigh bells background. This one is probably my favorite Christmas background of all time because it works for everything. Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is coming to town, Rudolph. This one just works for everything. And it's because it's got those jingle bells in the background. You know the stick with all the bells that go on them? That's exactly what that is. Do you love it?
What a compliment was that again?
That
Last
was
one.
Jingle Jangles.
Jingle jangle. Okay.
Jingle
Thank you.
Jangles. Rhythm preset or vintage 0. 0. Yep, it's really cool. Okay. What else did we use?
You try bluegrass?
Oh, Dottie wants me to try calypso. Bluegrass. Let's try bluegrass too. So we're going to go to bluegrass and we're going to try some calypso. Bluegrass would also be the train, although there is actually there's a bluegrass on there as well. And we're going to do preset 1, which is the fiddle. And let's see if they're on banjo is actually number 1. And preset 2 gives me actual banjos. So we can try all 3 of those. And let's do bluegrass. Whoa! Woohoo!
Dawn,
It sounds faster, doesn't it? Yes.
Don, on my instrument, under Broadway, I have sleigh bells. Will
Yes.
that work?
Yep, sleigh bells works for everything. I think I just kind of avoided sleigh bells because that seems to be the go-to, and I just wanted to show you that there are so many more rhythms that you can use other than sleigh bells, but absolutely sleigh bells, vintage 0, or any of the other ones are going to be fine. Now, 136, the same thing with the bluegrass. It seems a little bit fast, so what I'm going to do is divide it in 2 and see if it works. What's half of 136?
About 65
66.
would be 130.
68.
68.
All right. So I went to my alphabet or my keypad, and I just dialed in 6, 8, and touched the tempo, and it went straight to 68 for me. Now we're going to try. I think that's a little nicer than 136 when it's just going like crazy. Even the bluegrass, you might want to try that same trick. Divide it in 2, and when you see your lights going around, count it in double time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're still playing it at 136. It's just that your rhythm is now cut in half, so it works better for your song. Is there anybody who does not understand that concept? Because I'll go over it again. If your rhythm, and I'm going to try that with the bluegrass as well. Let me lock it in at 68. If I go back to the bluegrass, it sounded a little bit fast at 136. So I'm going to try the same thing that we did before. I think it makes the song a little bit more coherent. And it just flows a little nicer. So if it starts to sound too crazy, polkas do the same thing. They start to sound too kind of crazy. If you're going to use a polka for this, which you could, why not? Let's put on the happy polka, accordion and bell. Sure, why not? And I've got it at 68, but I have a feeling we're going to still play it at 136. Yep. That was for you, Mr. Simkovich.
Thank you.
I know how much you love your polkas.
Yes.
I actually liked that one, Dawn. That was great.
That was good, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So do not be afraid to get out of your little box and try some things. The only ones I would not try here would be waltz. Okay, because the 3/4 time is not going to cut it for Santa Claus coming to town. His reindeer don't know how to waltz. But any of the other ones. Now, the ones I might stay away from would be the non-bouncy ones, which would be like soft and easy, ballad, Hawaiian, possibly stuff like Strings 101. I just don't see Santa Claus doing it on Strings 101. However, for those of you that like the classic backgrounds, let's take a look at symphonic or baroque. Those might actually work. That's at 68. That is your baroque, your symphonic. See how different you can make it sound? Just by using different flavors. Okay, what did Dottie want? What did you want? Which one? Calypso. Calypso is actually under Hawaiian, and I'm not sure if. No, David likes disco. Yep, and. Okay, I don't know if 136 or 68 would be better. I'm going to try this let's try it at 136, just because disco has a tendency to be a little bit more. Yep, hold on. There we go. That'll work if that's what you like. So this is because this is such an easy song, and I will give you fingering so you can do this. Your homework assignment is to find several of your rhythm plus orchestration or your music styles that you may not normally go to. Because, yeah, it seems like we get to Christmas, and what's the first thing we do? Song set up. Okay, let's go to country swing with our Lawrence Welk Orchestra. And I didn't even do that. We're going to go to song setup right now. Just for fun. 158. Nah, you know what? Let's try it. I'm kind of scared to play it this fast. So we could always just slow that down. But
I would take
get
that down
out
to
of your
about 140. I think it would
Yeah,
sound good
about
at 112.
140, 136 and 140. That's going to be probably your best range. Now, if you're just learning the song, slow it down, play it one hand at a time, 8 measures at a time until it gets under your fingers. Because this song is very typical song setup. You've got, or song pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your first 8 measures is the first part of your song. Then it repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same, it's the exact same thing. Your bridge is the next 8 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the one part of the song that's completely different, and that's the part where you might want to try putting on an alter style or going to a different keyboard. Oh, you can't even see that keyboard today, I'm sorry. Or change a preset to do something different. And then the last 8 measures are going to be the same as the first 8 measures. So this is going to be a song that if you're struggling with it, take it apart in small sections. 8 measures at a time. You might even want to take it down to 4 measures at a time and just do it slowly and methodically until your fingers get comfortable with all the chords and all the notes. Any questions or any more suggestions? This is just a crazy fun song. It's fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tom. You got something you want to try it on? Some of you have all kinds of new stuff. Careful of the cables, Don. Yeah. Okay, we've got a guest. He wants to see how this works. All right, Don, say hello.
Hello. How you doing?
This is the first time he's been in the store when I've been doing a Zoom.
First time in 4 years.
Yeah, it's nice to see you here. It really is. Okay, let's do some fingering. Okay, pencils out. If you don't need fingering, that's fine. That's fine. Next week we're going to do Christmas Time is Here. G3, E1, F2, G3, 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 A1, circle the 1. That is a thumb tuck. B2, C3, C3, E1, F2, G3, 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 A4, G3, F2, F2. Check mark. E3, G5, C1, E3, D2, F4. Low B1, C2. I mean, that's pretty much, you get that and you've got 75% of the song all done. All right, let's continue. G3, E1, F2, G3, G3, G3. Next line, A1, circle it, that is your thumb tuck. B2, C3, C3, E1, F2, G3, 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 A4, G3, F2, F2. Check mark. E3, G5, C1, E3, D2, F4. Low B1, C2. Now you have another check mark because now you are doing the bridge. C3, D4, C3, B2, C3, A1, A1, C3, D4, C3, B2, C3. Second line, A1, D4, E5, D4, C sharp 3, D4, B2, B2, B2. You know that's the Frank Sinatra note, don't you? 2, B2, B2. Oh, I know Dottie's back here going, no, 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 no. Good thing Kelly's not here, huh? B2, C3, D4, C3, B2, A1, G2. Circle it. Okay, now do a check mark. G3, G3, E1, F2, G3, 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 A1. Circle it. That's a thumb tuck. B2, C3, C3, E1, F2, G3, 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 A4, G3, F2, F2, E3, G5, C1, E3, D2, F4, check mark. And unless you can stretch, because you got to go all the way up to that D with a 5, D5 and C4. Questions? Easy song. This is a nice song for us to start our Christmas season this Friday because it is not difficult. The most difficult thing about it is the tempo because you are moving fairly quickly. The chords are easy. There's no changes. So you don't have to worry about that. Choosing the correct rhythm, as we're finding out, could be almost anything you want. Almost anything you want is going to work. And remember, just slow your tempo down and just do one hand at a time until it starts to come together. 4 measures at a time if that's all you can do. And then all of a sudden you'll see that your song is starting to take shape. Bounce on the keys because this is a bouncy song. Just think of the reindeer. 8 tiny reindeer bouncing along, and that's what's happening. Santa Claus is coming. Yep. So bounce
It's
on the
another,
keys.
it's
Go ahead,
another
Fred.
confidence builder. It's another confidence builder.
No kidding. This is a very good confidence builder. Yes. Yeah, because you can all do this one. Some of you may have to work a little bit harder than others, but not much. This is an easy song. This is a real easy song. Now, I can't guarantee that next week is going to be that easy because I can't remember who suggested, and I promised we would do Christmas Time is Here. It is a little bit harder, but I'm going to try to keep it on the easy side. If you need the music, let me know, as always. Oh, we got some chats today. Let's see what we got chats about. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Make sure you send Janice your birthday notices. Yeah.
Hey,
Do you
Dawn,
have a ready? Do you have a ready-made list for these Christmas songs now?
Or a ready-made list for all the Christmas songs? No, I have a ready-made list of all the people. That
Okay.
No, as far as which songs we're going to do, I think we're going to kind of go week by week. So it gives you a chance to take a look. I will go over what we've already done in the past 2 years because I found my 2022 list and I found my 2021 list. And on Friday last year, we did Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
We did.
The Christmas Waltz, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, I'll Be Home for Christmas, and Ave Maria. Those were the 5 that we did last year. The year before that, we did Sleigh Ride, Mary Did You Know, Oh Holy Night, Blue Christmas, I Heard the Bells, and Old Lang Syne. Now, Mondays and Wednesdays, we did different ones as well. So my goal this year, I don't mind repeating some. I would like to do, doesn't have to be the newest songs as far as year, songs that we maybe haven't done yet. For example, I am going to make a suggestion that after Christmas Time is Here, we do Pretty Paper by Willie Nelson.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Oh, all right. If we don't have any objections, I'm already going to fill that in because I think that's perfect for this class. Now remember, next week is the Black Friday. What is it, the 26th?
I'd rather be doing music.
Well, we're going to be doing music. We're not closed. Friday, we will be doing music. So Black Friday is a class day. That's the
24th.
That's the
That's the
24th.
24th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The following week is the 1st, correct?
You're
That's
not
our
sure.
holiday music camp. There will not be class on the 1st.
That's it. That's it. Hey, I've got a question for Fred.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Fred, on your name tag, what do the letters represent on the top of your name?
Okay, it's an amateur radio call sign. Like you got your radio station's got 4-letter calls. And I
Yeah.
have an amateur radio station. I got a 6-letter call.
Oh.
You have in the States, the guys with N's and K's are private people.
Okay.
It's a radio station call sign.
All right. Thank you. I've been looking at that the whole time going, what in the world does that mean?
I just got in from a meeting. I just come in from a meeting.
Okay.
Very
Thanks.
cool. I'm glad you guys are talking to each other. That's a wonderful thing because this is just like family. It is. We see each other every week, and it is just like everybody coming together, one big wonderful family. All right. So
Dawn?
pretty paper we will actually do December 7th, 8th. And I think that's a
December 8th.
wonderful one. If you do not have pretty paper, again, don't worry about it. I'll make sure you get it.
Okay.
No worries. No worries. Okay.
John,
Yeah.
regarding the holiday music camp, which is going to be next week, right?
Nope. Next week is Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's 2
and
weeks.
Black Friday. And Black Friday, we will have class.
Okay.
Thanksgiving,
But-
we will not.
The holiday music camp, is that strictly on Zoom or is that in store as well?
That's in store. He would prefer that you be in store. Now, if you live here, now it's also going to be on Zoom so that people like Fred, people like John Simkovich, you guys can join us because that's kind of a long commute for you to come all the way down and join us in the store.
Well, now, are you talking about coming down for just your session at 2:30 or
No, it's
1 o'clock?
It's $49.95 for the 2 days.
Right.
Okay. But talk to me in private on that one, David. Okay.
Okay. Will do.
Any other questions? Enjoy the song for today. It is absolutely fun to play. It's a bouncy song. It's going to make you feel good. And yes, I'm still with my Thanksgiving decorations, and I will get the Christmas ones up before next week. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks, you as well.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.